All right, we're back. We'll continue the conversation with Jack Love, and I brought his lovely wife. And Allison, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
I know you are a very, very strong advocate for Jack Love.
Yes, yes. He's the only qualified candidate in the race. He brings 18 years experience.
Let's go to you first. Why did you say that? Tell me.
Well, because for Americans, healthcare is the #1 issue. Regardless of what side of the aisle you sit on, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, we're all paying way too much. The middle class is getting squashed, crushed to death by the costs that keep rising. And Jack not only has experience, has 18 years experience. He's been helping Nevadans for 18 years navigate through the healthcare system. So it's, to me, it's a no-brainer. You vote for the person who has experience. No one else has the experience he has.
Well, why don't you address that to the people out there and invite them? Our primary election is coming up. That will be June 17, right? June 12th.
June 12th.
I'm sorry,
yes,
June
the
12th.
early voting is May 26th. That's when it starts.
Yes, yes. The primary is June 12th, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead and invite your people, Allison.
Invite my people?
Yes.
Just tell everybody to come to our go to our website or our Facebook page. Huh?
Yes, please go to www.lovefornevada.com, and we're very proud of the platform that Jack has there. He prides himself on being the transparent candidate, and he has had his platform available for people since last August. So we're proud of that.
Yeah, so check out our website, check out our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter. We're very active in social media. We don't have unlimited funds to go out and buy television and radio and big billboards, so we put our message out on social media. And like my wife said, we pride ourselves on being transparent and letting people know what we're all about. Hopefully you agree and you like it, and if you don't, well, that's fine too. At least you know what I'm about.
Well, we have a lot of viewers right now who are watching from all over the state and also our state, and I believe you have a good intention, and as you said earlier, yes, legalize the marijuana. Federal should agree with that already, because there's a lot of people actually having that anyway. So what do you think about the gun also? You said yes, the homeowner should have one, but not the machine gun, or not, people should not have access with that. What necessary for? They should, the only people should be allowed to do that is the military, right?
Yeah, those kind of weapons are just too dangerous. I mean, for the same reason we don't allow people to play with hand grenades or explosives. Because they can do severe damage to huge numbers of people. That's my logic in the whole assault weapons issue and high capacity magazine. I mean, it's just common sense. Of course, I think we should implement the background checks that the people voted for. Our Republican Attorney General has blocked that. Just common sense. I mean, people that are having mental problems should not have access to weapons to protect themselves and people around them. And it's really just common sense stuff. It is not. I'm not trying to take away everybody's guns. Have nothing with people's hunting weapons. I mean, they can keep their rifles, for hunting. They can keep their handguns for protection at home. I just don't think people need assault weapons. They're too damaging.
Not this guy who killed
58 people.
58 people and 500 injured. I mean, exactly. That's a lonely thing. That is, my God.
Exactly. I mean, it's almost as if these folks out there with the problems, they're following all of these stories about these mass casualties, and they're all trying to break the record. It seems like it's a competition on who can kill the most people. It's sick and disgusting, but you got to deal with reality. That seems to me like what they're doing.
And our poor police officers are outgunned by these maniacs. I mean, what do they do?
Well, right now we're gonna be crowded, because when the raiders come, we have a lot more angry people. Probably can find a parking spot.
They can't all be.
Are you talking about Raider fans?
yeah, Raider fans. Okay, let's go back. You said here, restore a healthy democracy. Hashtag unrig the system. Hashtag get money out. And hashtag end citizens united. What is that? Tell me.
Well, the Supreme Court ruling on Citizens United several years ago made it possible for individuals to fund political action committees with unlimited amounts of money, and because of that, to me, they have an oversized influence in our government. I mean, all you got to do is look at some of the decisions that have been made recently. The tax cut invariably favors billionaires. They're getting 80% of the benefits of this tax cut, 1% of our population. Most of the general public was against this tax plan because they're not getting any benefit, but we are getting our share of the extra $1.3 trillion of national debt that's being added every year. So that, repealing health care, it just seems like the ultra rich people, because they have all this money to influence our government, the government works for them and not for the people.
Why do you think so? Dana Titus are doing a good job?
Yes, I like Dina Titus. Yeah, she's a good Democrat. Yeah, I have no problem with her performance. She's not in my district, but if she was, I'd vote for her.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you think that the system right now is unrigged?
I think the system is completely rigged. Absolutely. I think I think if the Democrats can't take back the House during this election, that it might be too late to save our government. I really do. I mean, the Republicans are gerrymandering, making it so the people that can vote have less of a voice. They are trying to suppress the vote wherever they can. They're trying to implement rules to keep minorities from voting, because generally they vote Democratic. So yeah, I think this is our last chance to save our government. I absolutely do. I know it sounds extreme, but I believe it.
It seems like you're saying the Republicans are doing such a bad job. It's unrigged. What happened?
Yeah.
Because of the Republican.
I do. I am saying that. Absolutely.
Isn't it we should not be doing is just because they are Republican or you're a Democrat. We should be at least one time. What's gonna happen like together? Do you think so? That's gonna happen?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Republicans have put an end to that. I think about 10 years ago they went off the deep end. As soon as Obama was elected president, they came out and publicly said that their only goal was to prevent him from being reelected. They did not work in the best interest of the public. All they worked in was the best interest of their party. I think they're continuing to do that.
Isn't it they're the same?
No.
Every time that's a Republican winning, they say the same thing also. It's saying it's unfair.
Well, this is just my personal opinion. I've been following politics for a long time. Republicans are very good at messaging, but in my opinion, their message is misleading and oftentimes flat out false. I mean, when's the last time a Democrat prevented a Republican president from nominating a Supreme Court justice according to the rules of our government? To me, that was the final straw. I don't think the Republicans are interested at all in any kind of bipartisan compromise, and I think if you're a Democrat and you're still waiting for that, then you're the reason why Democrats are being left behind, because you're not dealing with reality. I'm not that way. I see what's going on, and I'm ready to deal with it as it is.
Jack's an honest guy that just tells you how it is.
Are you guys listening? What do you think? You guys can interact with us. Send your question if you have a question to Jack Love, who is running for Congress. And also we're going to discuss about, I like this one, the green job, the green energy. I like this one because you know why? We should have a plantation here of vegetable. No one is doing that. Do we have that in here?
No. Nevada has plenty of sunlight. We have plenty of open space, and we have plenty of wind. We should be the leader in the nation for those type of renewable energies. Obviously, that takes a significant amount of money, and in my platform, I think our country needs to stop spending so much money on these wars in the Middle East that are providing no benefit whatsoever, and we need to take that money, do what I call a New Deal 2.0, reinvest it in American infrastructure, create some green energy jobs. Rebuild our infrastructure, and at the same time rebuild our middle class with decent high-paying jobs.
I'm sorry, the mayor of North Las Vegas, John Lee, he traveled around the world and invited the ambassadors. So that's why we have one of the biggest corporate here. What is that? No, Amazon. It's here, right? North Las
No,
Vegas. Is that Amazon or AB? Right?
I think he tried. I think he tried to get Amazon here. He gave it a really good effort, but they're not coming to Las Vegas.
They're not coming.
No.
I thought I heard they're coming.
No, I don't think so.
But Jack, brings up a good point though. Is that a lot of candidates are not talking about jobs, and jobs are disappearing, and it's due to technology, which we have to embrace. We're not going to say no to technology, but we have to think, okay, well then what are we going to do for jobs? How are people going to go to work? Just
we'll talk about that in the third segment. That's a good conversation and issue. We'll be right back with the third segment.